8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So hi Zen, I will thank you. These Joy-Cons are always disconnecting. Thank you. So I connected the one and then I connected the other. I know, crazy. So I put my camera in another position today. I will probably I have put my camera, I have like folded my feet like this, and I put the camera upon my feet, so like, yeah, in the soles of my feet. That's what I showed you. So yeah, I will probably feel numb after a while, but yeah, let's see. If I need to, I will just pause the recording. So what are we gonna do today? Helga, you're gonna ramble, I suppose. So I have an idea for post today. I will show you some stuff, fuck off, about what? Hello? I will show you some stuff from... I also had to tell you about Chu. I postponed this because I'm always tired to do that analysis. But I will do that. I will show you some sources that you need to know about the Princess in the Tower, but I will explain to you what you can access as a normal person. So when you question the psychers, they won't understand that you search deeply about that. Does that make any sense? So I will let you know beforehand so you know what is going on, but see this as somebody that looks at my posts and sees that I found a dude in Hong Kong that I'm analyzing, and I also talk to another dude, so they will understand that I actually didn't find this person on the surface. I actually dug in somebody's graveyard and I found this guy named Tsu. Does that make any sense? So it shows that you have actually put effort. I don't know if you know that or not. I'm speaking strategically here, okay? So what I'm saying is I will try to show you all the evidence you need, but I will tell you as well what sources are too academic for you to know. And if you're like, Helga, I am a scholar, I don't mean that. I mean in terms that if you say, for example, the name Michael Jones, yeah, you are raising eyebrows because it's like you actually sat in the computer for hours searching for the case and you found the guy. Does that make any sense? So we have to give you how's that called, like pop historians. Not, I'm not speaking not university lecturers historians, I'm not saying that. I'm saying popular in terms that they are acknowledged, they are serious. Well, they are clowns, all of them are clowns, but you understand what I mean when I say serious. They are serious in terms that they are respected by other academics. They are not like, you know, like show up opera, whatever. I will give you pop historians. I will tell you show up opera historians as well, like Gregory. I will give you these names and you will question people in the uni with these names. You won't go and question them with names like Ashton Hill or Michael Jones, because these people are quite serious. Yeah, even Ashton Hill, yeah, I know. You won't mention them into your colleagues, because if you mention them, because it's their country, that's what I would try to explain, because I'm also an immigrant, they will understand that you actually searched deeply for that and you play stupid, because they are also mystics. So you get what I mean? Like, I'm showing you, you don't have to underestimate your, what's that called, opponent, pretty much. You will have to be clever and show them what they have to know, not what they need to know. Do you remember when I made the gameplays with Jefferson and I showed you, evidently show why you have to be clever and why you shouldn't give the mystic what they need to know, but you have to give them what they have to know from your perspective. When I spoke about Nathan and I said that Jefferson implied going to the junkyard, he didn't exactly say that. So that's what we have to do with them. We have to be catfish to catch the catfish, be godfathers to catch the godfathers. So in order to do that, I have to tell you everything I know, but if you actually start parroting to them, cra, if you actually start parroting to them what you know from me exactly as I will give it to you, not only they will understand that you are doing something behind their backs and under their noses, they will also get a clue that you know this because you talked with a scholar. And if you're like, but Helga, you aren't a scholar, I wasn't a scholar yet, but I had all the knowledge of a scholar back then in my teens. You get what I mean? I had searched very deeply inside the library, and not only in the library, I searched in other libraries too. I searched so much. That's why I messaged Alastair and I said that I can write the book, and he said don't do it. That's what I mean. I had all the knowledge I needed to proceed with the matter. So, if you ask me about the book of Margaret that you have already, the novel, if this is accurate, yes, it is very accurate. What it is not accurate, if that's your question, is the relationship Margaret has with Jasper. If they had a relationship, I don't know, we can't know that, I mean, I'm speaking in a human manner. If two people in history, any type of person, had a relationship with another person, we don't have to know that. We don't have to be aware of that. That's what I say always about Jeremiah. Yes, he was a prophet. Yes, he was called to singleness at some point in his life, but he didn't have to tell us, look, I was a single guy, now I married and I have kids. We don't have to know that. Does that make any sense? So that just because they didn't say it, that doesn't mean that they didn't do it, okay? But again, as I said, there is no evidence, so I positioned that in my imagination like it was something like my wild fantasy, essentially. Like, I saw it in the White Queen, I saw some people discussing it, I discussed it with some of my friends back then, and we said that it is actually a really cool ship and a really cool idea for a ship, because the time, the age difference, the longing, and like a type of Titanic type of romance, something like that. And we also like the alpha male type of like man with a girl that is actually a mother, and it's like very female type of woman, feminine. So we actually liked it like in a soap opera style, and as I was exploring it, I was like, fuck, I wanna go with it. So that's what makes many people in the fandom, let's say it fandom, like Margaret with Jasper, but that doesn't mean that we have evidence about that. No, we don't. But that's the only fictional stuff that I put. My legs are already numb. I thought that my feet would go numb, but actually my legs are going numb, so maybe I have to do this instead. I think it works. Okay. So, as I was saying, my book is quite accurate. I have taken out quite a lot of details about the Tudors and the Lancastrians and the Yorkists, because it was a novel and I wanted to be plain and understandable to the public. That's something I'm always doing, and I was doing it even back then. Okay, so I never changed in that aspect. I never wanted to be posh and luxurious in my vocabulary because I wanted people to be able to understand what I'm talking about and be easily simple and understandable by any person, even if they didn't have any qualification from high school or junior high school or even elementary, if that makes sense, and they just read for fun. So just make your point straight and don't elaborate it with too many words. That's my principle. Okay, so my book is accurate, yes, but I knew more details about that time period that I didn't include. But as you can imagine, if my book is accurate and it is simple, yes, I knew a lot of stuff to be able to write it like that, and that's why I was able to write it month by month. That's because I searched that fucking much. I searched the fuck out of this story. I knew some sources that not even the mother of the people that wrote the sources knew about the sources, okay? So I searched so fucking much and I knew all details, and that's why I contacted and I wanted to make a book because I wanted to expose the scholar. So if you're like, Helga, what did you seek to do with that? Speak only about the kids? My problem is the kids. My problem is the kids because they are kids. That's my problem. But my problem is not to tell the public that Richard killed the princess. That's not my issue. Why? Because nobody cares. It's like wanting to prove some truth to somebody that is married with the lies, for example. Like telling the devil that he's a liar. Haven't you noticed that I always hide the truth from from the liars in the game? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You don't. That's not the issue. It's the issue for me. I want to bring justice to these souls. Definitely, so much, but the issue is not that. The issue is your brothers in the mafia, the scholars. That's my issue. That was always my issue. That they are lying and they are profiting from two kids that died. And if you want me to go even further than that, I said that we have very much proof that Richard had repented and he was like nobody wrote that he was repentant for this particular issue, but it's the time period that matches. Like if the princes were disappeared in October 1483, Richard was repenting in the church in November 1483. I don't remember exactly the dates. I'm forgetting how long he did it and when he started. It was quite close, and people back then said it's because he killed the princess. That's why he does that. So Richard was repenting and he was taking mass and he was confessing his sins every day after the event. So I'm not after a dead horse either, and I'm speaking about Richard. I'm not after a dead horse. This happened in the past. It was other ages. I don't say that that makes it better than if it was today. I'm not saying that. I'm just explaining that Richard was feeling guilty, and I'm never feeling well to punish a person who was guilty and a person who is dead and can't really defend himself about what he did. And his soul is in God now, as with the kids and stuff. And my father is very merciful, so that's not my issue. My issue is not with the family. My issue is with the scholars that are profiting from all this, and they are making Richard a saint. If Richard was alive, even though he was a troubled guy, as you know. Hold on a second. Just a soft drink, a bubblegum. I like bubblegum drinks and strawberry. I like that. So if somebody told Richard back then, a very devout Catholic, as you know, like everybody else. Yes, he said crazy stuff, he was a troubled guy, but if somebody told him that they made him a saint in modern era, I'm telling you because Richard falls in the category of Perses. he wouldn't like it. He wouldn't like it. He would say that he's a sinful guy and we shouldn't even bow to him. This is how people rolled back then. Henry VIII, Henry VII, Margaret Beaufort, Richard III, all these people back then who were devout religious Christians, Catholic Christians, because I was raised in an Orthodox country. Um, the the people who are raised with Perses, they learn the way of Perses, and the way of Perses is humility, is being humble, is being down to earth and not wanting too much about yourself. And if you are like, but Helga, he took the crown. Yes, he took the crown, but taking the crown doesn't equal being identified as a saint for a Christian. I'm speaking to you in European terms. So what they are doing to him, this is something that he wouldn't even like it as a person. So that's what I'm trying to say, that they are building a legacy for a guy he wouldn't like it, and they are doing this ignoring the deaths of 2 kids, and that's very unethical from all sides. They don't respect not even Richard in all this. So my problem is with the scholars, and I just want to expose the scholars, and I want people to see that the scholars are corrupted. That's my problem, that Aris of Velarde is a corrupted person and he thinks he's intellectual or whatever, and he's not. That's my only issue. Nothing about the family, because it happened in the past, and the people who did this are dead, and their matters and their lives and their souls are with God, and I don't like beating dead people. As a Greek, I was taught never to do that to a dead person, and when I say Richard killed the princess, I'm not beating Richard, I'm just stating the fact. I'm just stating a simple fact, respecting both the killer and the killed person. That's what I'm trying to say. So I will give you all the details you need to know, like who was James Tyrrell, who was Brackenbury, Sir Brackenbury, details about each suspect maybe. I will just think everything I can, and I will give you details that I remember. I have notebooks. I have notebooks, the truth is, about my research back then, because I was noting down book author details about everything, and I have like my notebook about all that, but don't have it with me at the moment. I have to search for it, so I can tell you what I remember from my deeper scholarly enough analysis. I can find the clues if I remember, and then I can post them for you, so you can see what is deep knowledge and what is surface knowledge, and you have to navigate yourself with surface knowledge, knowing the deep knowledge, so when somebody says something, you know what the deeper stuff say, okay? Both the original sources and scholars, because remember, Zay, you are not a historian to be, or a historian scholar. You can't say to anybody, I read Polydor Virgil, because they will be like, hold on, did you go in the library and search for it? Because the book by Polydor Virgil is not accessible to the public like that. You have to have the key as a scholar to search, and if you do that yourself, Zay, that means you went to the library and you searched for the book in the section of history in the library, and you read it, and you sat there and you searched for the pages. And if I remember correct, if this is the manuscript and not what Thomas More wrote, the one book is in Latin. So if you read the actual book, you took screenshots and you uploaded it on Google to see what it writes in English or in Chinese. So that means you wasted a lot of time into doing that, and you can't let them see that. You have to be alerted. And if you're like, Helga, I am a scholar, I know the who's and what's, you don't know the specific stuff, because this is history stuff. That's not taught in religion, and unless if you did a class or two in your courses in China, or in China you have a different methodology and you don't study as we study here. But what I did in the uni as a historian should be what they taught me in the degree, and what I did myself. No, you don't do that stuff, Zay. You don't. That's not how religion works. And history looks more when you do it like maths and less like literature. And what you do as a scholar is more literature and not maths, because a scholar has to see the original source, and the historian scholar, I mean, has to see the original source and combine the original source with the other scholar, okay? That's what we did, like Michael Jones says this and Polydor Virgil says this, and you have to find the actual source, and the source is never available to the public. It's always available for the scholar, and obviously the trained scholar like I was. So if you actually go and say I read Mancini, it's not like saying I read the Gospel of Matthew. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, it's an ancient text, but it's available to everybody. It's not available to some people, elected few. That's what I'm saying. So if you actually find that in the library and you read it because you are curious, never mention this to anybody. And like if you go and say like I wanna search in the library, try to hide yourself for a little bit, because you will attract they will look at you like what is a teacher from another discipline doing there, you know. But anyways, I will give you anything I know, all I know, and hopefully you can do something. And you have to remember, play stupid play that you are messing with pop art, pop history, not deep stuff. You must name people like Michael Jones, Polydor Virgil, Domenico Mancini. These are the original sources, and Crowland Chronicle. That's a royal chronicle we have like in history. That's a very old manuscript, and it's not accessible to everybody. We also have Rus. And Ricardians, the fans of Richard, hate Rus because Rus wrote, amongst other things, that Richard was inside his mother's womb when she was pregnant for 2 whole years, and because he said that somewhere, they say that he's not reliable, even though what he says agrees with everybody else before him, like Crowland, Virgil, and more. All of them agree with each other. So if you're like Helga, we only have 4 sources from back then. Yes, we only have 4 like lengthy sources. We have also reports from, so these are the basic ones I'm saying, but we also have external info from ambassadors from Spain. I wasn't able to read the Spanish sources because I don't know Spanish, but I read French because I can understand French, and I also read the Scottish. And these sources agree that something went X with Richard. All of them agree. So the other kingdoms agree with what was written inside England back then. That's what I'm saying. So see it like a very much mystical type of religion here, like 4 gospels and some extra biblical sources that confirm about Jesus something. This is how you must see it. But the thing is, if you go to anybody, let's say the reader or the Islam teacher, and you tell them, I read about John Rus, you are raising eyebrows. That's what I'm saying. You can't really say this name out loud. You can't say this name, except if you frame it like, and if you're gonna learn like, I saw in the documentary Philippa Gregory mentioned a guy named Rus, and she said that he is unreliable. Why do you think so? If you say something like that, yes, go ahead, but you can't really go and say the name like that because they will suspect you. So I will give you the details you need to know, so how you to sound like an ignoramus. And yeah, for now, for the game, let's go back to the game. We know that Safi is a false prophet, as we have said. We told her we won't hurt her, but that's because we don't trust her. And now we are trying to bring Lucas down, Max said, which I think is quite irrelevant. Yes, he was to blame, be blamed, but the fact, if you ask me, that he had the key for the typewriter that had Maya's manuscript, the original manuscript, in there shows that he has a remorse, and the fact that he put the key on the photograph shows that he is actually like seeing Maya as a family member. Maybe he's very remorseful and that's why he didn't want to discuss it. He feels bad about what happened. And I insist the real issue is not Lucas or anybody else, Gwen, Vin. The issue is with Dr. Mama and her daughter. But let's see how this goes together now. Let's go back to the video.
Hear it, Krampus, but shit. I'm still reeling. Safi has powers. She can literally nudge people's brains to see what she wants them to see.
Can you see what I said? That's what I said, that when you do that, don't know how to. When you are a mystic, that's what it means. You bend reality in extraordinary ways. You make people question the realities. You make them see and think what you want them to see and think, not what exists in real life, in real time. Okay, so this is how it works. And the fact that Safi, as Max said, she can bend people's minds to see what she wants them to see. The fact that she recognizes that shows that we shouldn't even be with Safi, because Safi wasn't really much of a friend. She works really away from our like time zone, let's say like that. She is with us, but she's actually only with herself. This is how mystics rely. They rely on their own selves, okay? And no, I'm not that type of person, obviously, but I'm just explaining. And the fact that she can make us see what she wants them to see makes her really dangerous, because we can never know when she is actually truthful, when she's half truthful, and when she's actually lying totally, blatantly. Does that make any sense?
Any lower than plagiarizing your students' work.
We don't know why he did that. Yes, it sounds bad, but we only hear the story. That's what I'm trying to say. If you're like, Helga, why are you defending Lucas? I'm not defending Lucas. I say that I don't know the full story. I have read. If they leave it like that, I will still say the same. I haven't learned the whole story. I'm learning the story from the perspective of the false prophet, who is Safi, and her mother, who is inevitably so the beast. You can't learn facts from these sources. These are not facts. These are actually very bad sources and dangerous sources. The fact that we went into the office and we saw that the proof that Lucas had the key for the typewriter under his photograph, that means that this is family. And he had her original manuscript with him, shows that he actually has feelings for this girl, and that speaks about his heart. And the fact that in his office he didn't want to speak about Maya, that doesn't mean that he's a bad person. Maybe he doesn't want to speak about Maya, but he has very good feelings about her, and he's feeling very remorseful, and he doesn't show it. And if you're like, Helga, how do you know? Because my dad says this is how you feel about me. you don't speak about me, but you always think about me at the same time. And he says also that you feel guilty about some stuff you have done. So this is how it works. You can't judge a book by its cover. And we are taking sources about Maya from Dr. Fayyad, who lied to our face, and from Safi, who never spoke about Maya ever. We learned about Maya from other people. We learned about Maya from everybody else, including Vin, apart from Safi, who is supposedly our best friend, and she said she was my best friend. We didn't see Chloe Price treating Rachel Lambert like that in the first game. When we had played with Chloe, Chloe had originally told us, I love Rachel, I have no idea where Rachel is. We had seen the posters everywhere before even the game had started. We were seeing Rachel's face everywhere. Safi didn't do any of these things. That makes her unreliable. The most reliable person about Maya at this point is not Safi or Dr. Fayyad or anybody else. It's actually Lucas, who shows that he he has feelings for her, whether romantic feelings, whether family feelings, whether father to daughter feelings, he has, and he's definitely feeling guilty about what has happened. That's what I mean.
But after tonight, everyone will know what he did. And Maya will get the justice she deserves.
Quite a wrong way to speak. I have put more effort into this game not to romance Amanda than to help actively in the case. That's crazy.
Okay. Some of these decorations scream not safe for work.
It's Krampus. Every year it gets even more like a Halloween rager.
I love it. Not sure I like it. I love it. I love it.
It's spooky. I like it. Everyone should end the year this way.
Your idea
We're sitting with a girl that broke into our house like there's nothing. That doesn't make any sense.
of a fun outing involves condemned buildings. Of course you'd like it.
Is the gingerbread house part of the plan?
Hilarious. No. The plan is when it's time to roast Lucas, we'll swap out their toothless slideshow with mine. Spent all day on it. It's got all the evidence I have of what Lucas did to Maya. We'll play it while he's on stage, in front of everyone.
That's a very nasty way of doing something to a person. That's not a way. And if you're like Helga, that's what you wanna do with the princess. Don't no, it's not the same. It's not the same. She's self-justified. What she's doing is that she's self-justified. She thinks she's God and she's playing God with somebody else, and she doesn't think that. She doesn't think, like Max didn't say that I saw this and that. She only remains on the facts, and Safi is basing her narrative on her self-justification. She doesn't see how nasty she is also. She only sees about Maya. That's not what I'm doing about the princess in the tower. I'm not saying that I am a deity. I just want to prove the truth to everybody, to know what is really going on, that the mystics are messing with their heads every day. That's the difference, okay?
What's wrong?
Just promise me we'll nail him this time.
We will try our best, of course. We will go with her bullshit. If I can save Lucas, I will do it. I'm just telling you beforehand. But we will go along with her bullshit, of course. She must trust us completely, so we can actually bail her the correct time if I have the opportunity.
It's not slithering out of this. Not between the two of us. And other Moses.
You're right. He's fucked. So, how do we pull this off?
Looks like Reggie's running the projector.
We need someone who's willing to run the slideshow without asking questions. And not piss themselves when Lucas gets mad.
I'll see how Reggie's feeling.
Next up, Ben. He's the MC tonight. So we'll need his help.
Think you can talk him into it?
Ben and I have history. And that leaves Gwen. Be nice to have her support. She hates Lucas as much as I do. But I doubt she'd listen to me.
I'll talk to her.
Great. Let me know when you're done.
I don't wanna help her. Can I?
Join the party.
I don't wanna help her.
Operation Expose Lucas is a go.
Okay. I don't wanna talk to Reggie.
Rampant, young man. In a naughty book.
Say cheese. Krampus.
Why couldn't Reggie have been
Okay.
It fit him better.
Ew, is this Latin? Why?
Plenus venter non studet libenter. What does this mean? Helga, you don't know Latin. I know certain things in Latin. I don't know entirely the language I'm learning. Okay, that's a phrase. A full stomach does not stand willingly. So in here, the only word that I know from this text, I have to lower that. Okay. From these words is libenter. Studet. It's the verb studeo. It means study.
Now I'm curious about
And if you're like, Helga, did you guess that? No, I had done this verb at school, so as I said, I know specific stuff I can't read properly, like my knowledge in Latin is pretty much below my Chinese knowledge, okay? So I can understand words, I can see verbs, nouns, stuff, I can read small sentences, I can read specific passages, but I am below my Chinese level. My Chinese is way better than Latin. But that doesn't mean that I wouldn't like to know Latin. It's my favorite language, to be honest. So I have put this aside so that I would learn your language. Just goes to show how deluded you are when you say I don't love you. I ditched my favorite language for yours, Jose.
what happened
Just because I know you love your country.
with Ben and Reggie. I need to do.
I hope Sophie can convince Vin to help us. Yeah, no. I should change the framing.
So nervous. It's cramping.
No, I don't talk to Amanda. Fuck Amanda. Where am I going? I have to speak with not Reggie. Gwen. Where is Gwen?
Please, Marlon. I can't breathe in here.
I'm trying to find Gwen.
You'll go. Weird. I'd be... But why would you pull pranks? You're a superb artist.
Talk to. Where the fuck is Gwen? Can you see her? Am I the only one who doesn't? What the fuck?
So, this is the projector. Looks expensive.
That's not Gwen, no.
Or a visionary. I can't see you doing anything that silly.
No. Fuck them.
Hey guys.
Okay, let's talk to them.
Hey.
Who's winning?
Not to be a downer, but things aren't looking good for you, Diamond. That's because I am playing the long game.
You know there's only 2 more rounds, right?
This game is impossible. I'm gonna check out more of the party. See you guys.
Can I ask another question? Why we don't have any white person in this game? That's quite woke. It's quite woke.
Still need to talk to Gwen. I love her charisma.
Like, I'm not seeing my skin in this game. I'm not seeing my colors, and that's crazy. That game is in the West. Why? Where the fuck is Gwen?
How are the discussions about our issues on campus going so far?
Here he is. Here he is. Speak to her.
Hey, just the troublemaker I wanted to see.
Me? Really?
Figured I ought to tell you how this whole saga turned out. Gord fired my ass.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
So, is that what you came over here for?
Sophie has a plan to tell the truth about Lucas's book during the roast. It would be a lot more credible if someone from the faculty backed us up.
You know, when I first took this gig, I was always trying so hard to make a difference. And now I know that I can't. Not here, anyway. If I've got any fight left, I'm not spending it on this place.
She's right, though.
I hope...
Helga, why don't you think this is the same as what you asked me to do? Because we are asking Gwen to help make fun of a particular person. That's quite bad. That's not justice, that's circus. And she's correct. If I was in her position, I wouldn't agree either.
You two get him, but I didn't sign up to confront anybody tonight.
Exactly.
Hey, I totally get that. I'll still miss you. I can't picture this place without you.
We'll see each other again. I don't intend to slip that easily into obscurity.
I hope whatever you do, it's so successful you can rub it in everyone's face later.
I'll miss that optimism.
Nothing but.
Well, seems a nice person, but she was involved with Dr. Fayyad anyway. She has taken authority for the book, so like I don't know how to say it. Like, you see that Max is very easy going on her, but she's not with Lucas, and that's pretty much not very well structured for the game as a story. So she had it coming a little bit, Gwen. That is, she had it coming.
Hey, Reggie. You manning the projector tonight?
Babysitting, more like. The school only agreed to let us use Olga here if
Me? Okay.
someone kept an eye on her at all times.
Oof. Not what you had planned for Krampus. Reggie, how would you feel about...
Helping us with a prank, being relieved of your duties. Look, I don't agree with any of the choices as a person, but if I had to choose as an author, I author like a god type of author. I wouldn't want anybody who wants to do shit to somebody else involve a person unwillingly, because that's not very ethical. It's not ethical because maybe this person doesn't agree, and maybe the other person will be destroyed and this person will feel guilty and he will have any reason to feel like that, okay, that it's my fault, I didn't see it. So between help us with a prank, no, being relieved for your duties, being relieved of your duties.
Letting someone else worry about the projector tonight.
Yeah, right. It'll be on me if something goes wrong. This thing is probably worth more than my whole tuition. So ma'am, please, gonna need you a few steps back.
Yes, sir. Okay, Reggie's not going to cut it.
Good for him.
If something went wrong with that projector, and Moses was the only one who could fix it, but how can I make sure I only break it in a way that this Moses can fix? We need to make sure Moses is running this for the roast.
Okay, let's talk to Moses.
I should let Moses have a little more time with Diamond before I drag him into things.
This one first, then you can play that one. Sorry, Max. 1 second. We have to recount this turn.
Just trust me, dude.
Okay, what else objective I have? Ask Dead World Moses for help. Okay. Okay.
It's not you. It's me.
I can't believe this.
Yeah.
He was waiting right outside of the coffee shop. No, it's...
Okay, I thought maybe Vin was here, but we only have Amanda.
Hey, Moses. Not sure I'll ever get used to that.
I like it. It'll help with cosplay. How's your first Krampus?
It's weird, it's incredible. It's weird.
It's the oddest shit I've ever seen in my life. Which is saying something.
I usually hate parties, but Krampus is always fun. Anyway, that's not why we're here. Did you guys figure out a plan?
Yes, we did, but it's already falling apart. We require Mosai assistance. I need to get other Reggie to let other Moses control the projector instead.
Okay.
I was thinking, if something went wrong with it...
So it's gotta go wrong in a way that's right for me to fix it.
Exactly.
Do you know which projector it is?
Reggie called it... Olga?
Olga can be particular. If he goes to the other side and listen, I can walk you through jamming it from here.
You might be better at my powers than me.
Probably. Come back and let me know if it works, okay?
I will.
Helga,
Better get into position. I don't want to miss Moses' instructions.
Helga, why don't you like being called Olga? I don't like the name. I prefer Helga.
about to win.
She's not.
Tamper with the projector. Okay.
I need Reggie's eyes off that projector long enough for me to get my hands on it. Huh. They're chummy. Maybe Diamond can help me out.
Message Diamond. Ask Diamond to distract Reggie. Hey Diamond, hate to interrupt your game with Moses, but any chance you could distract Reggie via text for like 1 minute for me? How do I get out of it? A gold star ticket on your next paper. Fuck! Bad, but I'm holding you to that. There is 2 ways I know for sure will work, neither of which is gonna be fun for our guy. Reggie's never not stressing about his grades, so if there is an assignment he has missed, he will start sweating over that. Reggie also never stressing over Vin. Those are too bad for each other, and to hear him tell it, they got it bad for each other. Reggie's also never not stressing over Vin. Those 2 are bad for each other, and to hear him tell it, they got it bad for each other. So it's up to you how you wanna play it. Okay. That's so. I don't like that. That's very bad. That's very bad. No, I don't wanna involve other people. Not bring up Vin. Missing assignment. Bring up Vin. Missing assignment. I don't wanna mess Vin with that because I don't like involving people when I wanna do my bullshit. So it's up to you wanna play it. Let's focus on his schoolwork. Yeah, keep it classy, got it.
Reggie's officially distracted. I should be good to go now.
You can't make people stressed because you wanna do your bullshit, okay?
Moses is ready on the other side to give me instructions. I'm not touching anything until I hear from other Moses.
Maybe Reggie did see her. She have to talk to him? Okay, how long would that take? Max, you there? Man, this feels silly. If you're there, start by opening the control hatch. It should be on the right side.
I don't think even Reggie would need help to turn this back on. This thing runs like a well-calibrated projector.
I didn't do it. I don't understand.
You mean there are more controls? Okay, this is kinda like a camera. Kinda. Hey, something I recognize.
Objective. Tamper with the projector pulse to listen to Moses.
Like a spy. Do you feel like a spy?
Oh, Moses.
Okay, Max, you back? If yes, switch to focus mode to manual. If no, I'm not really sure. Just keep talking to myself, I guess.
Focus mode. Okay.
The focus is set to auto. So far, so good. What's my next step?
Shouldn't take too long, right? Flip one switch. Yeah. Max, next, make sure the focus dial is turned all the way to the left.
Focus dial on the left.
Still needs to be a little more to the left. Still needs to be a little more to the left. This looks like it's in the right spot.
I'm giving you an extra second or two, you probably turned the knob all the way to the right at first by mistake.
Hey,
All right, Max. Final step. Just hit calibrate. After a few seconds, you should hear the motor stick. Can't believe I just did that. I'm sorry, Olga.
Okay, apologies accepted.
Sorry, Reggie, but this is one omelet we have to make.
No, shit. Oh, what is happening? Oh, God.
Ask Living World Moses for help.
Hey again.
Busted projector.
Hey, Moses. I need a favor. I think Reggie's on the brink of ruining school property.
Oh, it's Olga. Everyone thinks she's finicky, but she's just... Rain check?
Sure. Duty calls.
Hey, Reggie, I found help.
I don't know what happened. 1 minute she's fine, and the next she's yelling at me like she's my mom.
There's your problem. The focusing motor is stuck.
Maybe take the night off, Reggie. I think Moses has it from here.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, Max. You sure?
We need a pro.
Yeah, this is Krampus we're talking about. We need a pro.
You need a pro to press next on the projector?
Everything has to be perfect for the roast.
Okay. If you're sure. Thanks, Moses. You saved my life.
Everybody in this game is an asshole. Fuck my life. Like he's doing the fist bump. Just do it too. It's not a problem. Come on.
You're being all maxy. What's afoot?
Me and Sophie are hijacking the roast tonight. We need your help to run this slideshow instead. We have good reason. You'll see.
That's not a good reason, and the way
Right.
they did it shows that it is not a good reason.
Trust you.
I should talk to the other Moses.
Okay. We have to talk to the other Moses. Okay.
It worked. Other you is in place and ready to go.
Nice.
Where'd you get this house? Aren't they from the party?
Amanda saved me a kid. She knew Sophie and I really got into it last year. Last piece. Oh, damn. Chimney broke.
Don't tell me you have
Wonder
to
how it
fix
tastes.
I bet I can find an extra chimney on the other side. Just hang on. I should talk to Sophie and get the roast going. Look at that perfectly intact chimney. Sophie's talking to Ben. I bet she won him over. Can I borrow Sophie for a sec?
What's up?
So, other Moses is also making a gingerbread house?
Aw, is he?
Yeah, but his chimney broke. Mind if I take yours?
How's he doing? Like, really?
Okay. He's lonely. He's lonely.
He seems really lonely right now.
Because I'm gone? Moses is the only one I do this for. This was a doozy to make. I love it.
Voila. Guess who it's from?
It's for real? From the other side, from Sophie. Thank you, Max.
You're welcome.
Yes, he's kind of nice guy, but yeah, somewhat nice. But hey, he's working in a university, of course he's not.
We're ready to go. Is he...
Part of your merry band? Yeah, I am.
I wasn't able to convince Gwen.
Figures. Don't worry about it. We've got bigger problems.
Why? What's going on?
Lucas is about to call the whole thing off. He's out on the patio freaking out.
He's supposed to announce his movie deal tonight. I guess he's worried it's too good to be true.
Okay, so what do we do?
Better be quick. Guy's 2 ticks away from calling an Uber.
Fuck. I'm gonna go stall him. You figure something out, Max.
That's so not very nice.
What's she doing? Is that Sophie? Yup. That's definitely Sophie.
That's not so nice.
You
Not
better go back up. Sophie, out on the patio.
I don't wanna back her up. I don't wanna back her up. I will try my best not to, but I don't know what options I will have. Fuck. That's crazy.
So, remind me what the plan is again, Alexa?
Just a few teeny tiny questions.
It's really not a good time, Loretta.
I promise I'll be quick. I'll be quick. How did you find success after years of mediocrity?
Loretta?
It's so... Ooh! I almost closed the console. Fuck. Okay, let's crack it all up.
I've talked about this in my workshops, Loretta. Don't you remember?
Genius is rarely understood. Persistence is what matters. Genius is rarely understood.
Critics rarely understand genius when it first appears.
That's very kind of you, Max. And very true.
Because I'm trying to help him. I'm not trying to help her. That's why. But I said I don't know how the game will respond to me.
It's been years since Water Beast was published. Have you settled for an early retirement?
You can't rush art. One book is enough. You can't rush art.
Come on, Loretta. You can't rush the process. Lucas has a vision that requires time to perfect.
Yes. Very well said, Max. Thank you.
I'm trying to help him. And if you're like, Helga, will this help eventually? I don't know how the game will help me navigate myself. I'm trying to help him though. I'm not trying to help her.
Besides,
The other answers for me, like one book is enough, is helping Safi. Like it's like you say that the author doesn't write anything.
there's a reason Lucas needs to focus back on Water Beasts for now.
Oh, really?
If you stick around for the Krampus roast, you can be the first to break the news. Right, Lucas?
Yeah, that's right, sure.
That's not nice. That's forcing a guy. Oh my god, that's so bad.
Nice work,
Very
Loretta.
bad.
Thanks for your time, Professor.
Thanks, Max. That young woman was aggressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to help him. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to help him. Fame is hard. She admires you. I'm not gonna speak about her because that was not the real Loretta. Fame is hard. Fame is hard.
Part of being famous, right?
I'll let you in. I almost called off the event before you got here.
You? On your big night?
Ha! Yeah, I know. If my old man could see me, he'd tell me to man up and get in there. He was an author too, you know. Roberto Colmenero. Come on then. I deserve this. I should stop stalling.
Go get him.
That's not nice. Fuck my. I don't. Guys, if you see this video, don't ever do that to anybody. That's not nice. That's not nice. And say what I told you to do is not the same thing. It's not the same thing. I'm not trying to guilt a person for something they did. I'm trying to say that people are doing magic, which is crazily serious. You know how serious it is. You have seen it. You have felt it on your skin how serious it is because you have suffered them. And I'm not trying to expose them like this, make them a TV show for everybody. No. I'm trying to bring justice. It's completely different. My motive, my manner, everything is different. This guy doesn't know that he's being framed. He feels guilty. He wanted to call it off. He shows that he doesn't. He's not like Mark Jefferson, and they are trying to frame him. That's not nice. We saw that he's a good dad, for example. Oh my god, don't do that. Don't, no. Give me an important choice, please. An important choice. Max is like 14 years old. Like her behavior is so childish. Fuck. Maybe he wanted to die.
R.C. Roberto Colmenero.
Great job, partner. Although I thought you were gonna puke there for a second.
Lucas has a gun.
Ew, what the fuck? Why?
It belonged to his father. Sophie, this is bad.
No, maybe he wanted to commit suicide because he wanted to live. He said it.
Oh, Jesus, Max. You might shoot me. Lucas might shoot me. America has a problem.
No, he didn't want to
Max.
shoot you.
I trust you. Here, I'll hold on to it. Happy?
Thanks.
Oh my god, that's so bad. That's so bad. guys, this is demonic, don't do that to anybody, no, it doesn't work like that. Of course it is bad because we are cooperating with the false prophet. What did we expect? That it go well? No, of course not. No Mother Teresa here, no.
It's time for the Krampus roast. Let's welcome our guest of honor, Professor Lucas Colmenero.
No, that's not good.
Fair warning. He's going to say a few words before we start, so I hope everyone's already halfway to waste.
No hard feelings, bro.
Like, why are we roasting Lucas and we are not roasting Gwen for stopping the book, for example, and covering the truth? Because she did that too. Why?
Thanks, Finn. I wanted to announce some surprising news.
No.
My world-renowned book, Wilder Beasts Than These.
That's so bad.
Wait. That's not right. Who?
Fuck my life.
What is this?
Not your past, Lucas. Your former student, Maya Okada. Now that's odd. I thought this was a presentation about your book. Would you care to explain what Maya's doing up there instead?
These are not my slides.
How bad? Fuck, Vin is so bad. Everybody's bad here apart from Lucas at this point. When you outsmart a bad person, that means you are actually bad. Like, if you do it in that context, like this is so bad. This is so bad. Like what I was writing about Persis, if you remember, with Persis. He's a bad guy. He's the false prophet, and Desmond momentarily he's becoming even worse than Persis. That's the narrative we have here. That's definitely very bad. And the fact that Dr. Mama is responsible, and if you're like, Helga, are you still convinced she's behind everything? Yes, because she lied to us. That's why. And she's the president.
Then let me help you out. The beast rose and stared into me. It became me. I had always been the beast. Powerful words from Caledon's famous pet novelist. Am I right? What do we all think?
Tirbu. Oh my god, I don't like that. That's not nice. That's not nice. I feel bad even for playing it. I feel bad. Boo, cheer.
What? Maya was a good writer.
Not
Thanks,
boo.
everyone.
Now, wait a minute, Professor. This might be the clue we were looking for. So, what do we have here? Maya Okada's draft. Wait a minute. Maya wrote that sentence? That page? For real? Yes, for real. But you already know that. Because every word of your venerated novel belongs to Maya Okada.
What the hell are you doing? This is slander.
Every one of this man's accolades belongs to Maya Okada.
And if you're like, Helga, you wanted me to help you with the princess, why do you think yours, like, POV is better than this one? Because I'm not gonna put a person in the spotlight and frame them for speaking with the devil. I'm telling you to go and question everybody around you and make a statement that Aris of Velarde is speaking with the devil, not a specific person is speaking with the devil. That's what I'm trying to say. When you are taking a specific person, you target it and you are starting throwing stones and sticks to that person. That's exactly what Pharisees did to a woman caught in adultery, and Jesus is always with that person, because my father died for the sinner. He didn't die for the holy people, and he will side with the person that is attacked, because you are taking the law upon yourself and you act as if you are God yourself. And my dad hates that. He wholeheartedly hates this behavior. So you can't do that to anybody, anybody. We are not doing the same narratives. We are not trying to build justice for a person who is dead, shaming a living person. Do you remember when I said that people like to speak about dead people a lot? That's what I meant when I said that. I didn't say don't venerate the dead people. I say when you honor a dead person more than you venerate a living person, that shows many stuff about you, because that living person, dead person, was once a living person. Did you respect them when they were alive? Vin didn't, for example. he he wasn't a nice person with her. Like he wasn't that close. He wasn't like, we don't have any clue from the game that he was like a mentor or a friend to Maya. He liked Safi, yes, if I remember correct, of course. I think he never was a friend with Maya. We only know that he slandered her name, right? So he's slandering now Lucas. That shows that you are a devil if you do that. That doesn't show that you are a nice person. You don't want justice. You want to slander and destroy and kill. And you don't care about actual justice. I'm not trying to frame one person for bullshit. I'm with you and the princess. I'm trying to frame an entire system for bullshit. The entire system means everybody is involved, not calling out and having a photograph of this person and show them as suspects of a crime and stuff like that, and having them being paraded like we are Middle Ages and Roman, like Colosseum. Throw him in the dungeon, throw him in the lions. That's not how it works ethically, and that's not what I'm seeking to do. I'm seeking to expose the bullshit that is happening in the academia. That's my issue with the princess. Nothing more and nothing beyond that. Oops, cancel.
That's why he only wrote one book.
That's why the one book.
You were right. It's working.
I need to get away with this.
You don't know what you're talking about?
Try me.
All right, let's rein this in. Now, we wouldn't want this roast to end in any actionable legal threats.
Really?
Continue, please.
As some of you must surely know, Maya Okada was a beloved former student of mine who tragically took her own life. The thought of her death being politicized and used as a cudgel, beyond disrespectful.
I agree with him.
Maya
He's right.
believed
He has point. He has a point. Why? Because he says that you are using Maya's legacy. Didn't I say he respects the dead? Didn't I say he respected Safi when she was dead? He respects a dead person. He doesn't say I did wrong. He said you are using her to bring distraction. You're not using her to bring something good from her legacy. He's correct. He's absolutely correct, and that's what I mean when I say when Persis is the good person and the other person is the bad person, this planet is completely fucked up. Absolutely fucked up.
in my work. She believed in me.
I knew this would fucking happen. What are you doing? I'm changing into Ven. I'll make Lucas fuss at myself.
Safi, wait. This is your chance to tell everyone your side. Shouldn't you go up there as yourself?
Are you serious right now?
Right.
If speaking my truth worked, we wouldn't be here.
I am serious. Superpowers aren't the answer to every problem. I would know.
With the rest of Caledon. Wilder BCDs will be adapted into a feature
Trust you.
film.
We have to get him this time, Max.
So,
This is Finn's turf,
empty your
not
cash
mine.
list, friends.
Maybe Zell, that's what I mean. Maybe Maya gave him the page. Just because it looks like plagiarism, that doesn't mean that it is. Maybe somebody looks at your text, like you text, let's say Fitzgerald, and they see that the texts that you have sent him are actually my texts. And they will say, Ze plagiarized Helga. No, you didn't. I gave it to you. You can't know if I gave it to you or not. Just because he committed suicide, that doesn't mean he was responsible for that, because he's the only one who had traces of her in his office. The other people didn't. The president lied. Gwen didn't want to speak about her. Everybody, Vin didn't want to speak about her either, and he didn't have any traces of her anywhere. That speaks volumes. That speaks volumes. And no, I haven't read spoilers. I don't care about the spoilers here. I'm speaking factually as a theologian how this works, and how distorted the reality can become sometimes.
Make my day.
Do you really think I should go up there as myself?
Yeah, go as yourself. I will tell you, go as yourself, not as Vin, because I want her to be exposed. When you are with the false prophet, you don't tamper with the powers, you wanna expose them, right? So if she goes like Vin, this will make Lucas' life worse, because she will use spirituality with him if she goes as another person. Does that make any sense? She will have another identity, so that will be covering her and exposing Lucas. I don't want to help Safi. I want to expose Safi. Go as yourself. Let them kill each other. In other words, let them chase themselves like cat and mouse.
Can do this.
Fuck. Honesty is not my strong suit.
Exactly. You see, that's where I am basing my theory, my fact, my plan. I am basing it there, that honesty is not her ally, it's her enemy, and I'm using this fact, like the reality, truth, as a weapon against her to expose her, because I'm trying, as Helga, I'm not going along with the bullshit of the game, I'm going along with my bullshit, and my bullshit is like exposing something. How do you expose a false prophet? You weaponize truth against them, because this is the weapon. It's not the ally. She said it's not my strong suit. That's why I'm trying to make her wear the truth as a suit, so that everybody see that she's a fake.
Here we go.
Yeah, go there. Please, go there. I wanna see that. Make them fight
Safi.
like cats and dogs.
Did you forget that I was actually there? That at one point we were all friends? You, me, and Maya? I trusted you. Was that all a lie too?
You're trying to turn me into this monster.
I
Yeah.
watched you tour the country, win awards for the work you stole from her. I watched her beg you to stop. I watched you kill her.
I can't trust her. If you are like Helga, this is the narrative the game gives you. Yeah, maybe. I don't trust Safi. Why should I trust a person who is taking the form of other people according to her will, so that I question my reality? She has framed Gwen. Zed, did you forget what we saw in all the previous chapters? So see that out of the box, and don't take everything only the producer wants you to take, okay? That's philosophy. That's how critical theory works. And if you, because you are always like, I want to be critical. Do you really want to be a critical religion scholar? So listen to me. You don't listen only what the game gives, you listen everything. Safi framed Gwen for DRUGS. Safi framed Lucas for being a bad parent. She has lied to everybody. She broke in our house. We have absolutely no reason to trust anything that comes out of her mouth. We can't trust her just because what she says somewhere sounds truthful. She has lied, and so many times we have absolutely no reason to go along with her bullshit. No reason. Just because she wants to frame another bad guy as a bad guy, that doesn't make Safi a good guy, because she is not a good guy. So even if the game wants us to accept her bullshit, I would advise you don't, and think critically, and if you have to reject something from the game, you have to, because this is bullshit. Just because she went up there and she says, I saw you killing her. No, she's not truthful. She never said anything truthful. Whenever she spoke to us, she was a liar. She took Amanda's form to make us talk to her about what we discussed about with her mother. We can't trust Safi's words anywhere. When a person is a liar, you can't trust anything that comes out of the mouth. You go to their house, you ask for a glass of water and you don't drink it. You suspect maybe it is poison and you don't drink it. That's how it works with such people. And she's a mentalist. You have seen her, she's shapeshifter, she has powers, she's a mystic. You can't trust such people when they are speaking and they're giving testament for another person, because they are false witness anyways, because they are false prophets. That's how it works. Okay, let's see how it goes though.
Now you expect me to watch you profit off her grave?
Yeah, and what about you?
Uh-huh.
If what I did was really so bad, you would have said something back then.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't.
Can you see? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted them to fight and expose their shit. That's what I wanted. Safi, you made a fool of yourself.
I was a child. What was your excuse?
Good, very good, very good. I was a child. Even if you are a child, you are expected to act godly. That doesn't change anything. If you don't act godly when you are a child, holy fuck. They destroyed the party for everybody just because Safi is a false prophet. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. That wasn't the time to do that.
What young Safi here doesn't understand is it wasn't stealing. Authors frequently take inspiration from one another.
Look, what he did isn't correct, but as I said, we don't know if Maya gave it to him. That's what I'm trying to say. I haven't seen his perspective. I haven't discussed with him as a human being. And if you're like, Helga, why are you so tolerant? Ze, I know what you are doing with Fitzgerald. That doesn't mean you are a bad person. I can't go up here. That's why I never wrote anything. Do you remember the first time when I realized something? I never wrote anything about you. Do you remember that? You can't do that. You can't judge a person by something they did when you don't know the full picture. And yes, maybe I know the full picture because I'm talking with my dad, but that doesn't qualify me as going out there and exposing the shit out of anybody. I'm not a clown and I can't make any person my personal circus, and this is what these people are doing right now with Lucas. They are making him a spotlight for absolutely nothing. We don't know what happened. Maybe they were lovers, as I said. I think they were lovers. The way that he treasured her manuscript and he had the key under the photograph shows that maybe he had feelings for her. Maybe she was his lover. Maybe he loved her as a daughter. We don't know. But we don't know if she actually chose before she died to give it to him and then die and be like, take it, take inspiration and I'm going. There are many people like me who don't care about copyrights. I don't care about copyrights either. I just want my stories to be remembered. I don't care in what manner they will be remembered. If my name will be remembered, I just want my stories to be remembered and loved by people.
I was going to give her credit, but then she... Think about what I was going through at that time. My divorce, my son... This.
Can you see how bad this is? This is not good. This is not good. Maybe he's not actually lying. What he says isn't exactly bad. I was going through a lot. She died. I wanted to give her credit. Maybe he did want to give her credit. Maybe he can't say I was a lover with her because he can't do that. If he says that, they will kill him. Do you understand what I mean? They will cook him. He's cooked if he says something like that. He can't. And he's taken off guard. He didn't expect his greatest day to be his worst day. And now this is what happens. You get what I mean?
This is absurd.
That's absolutely bad.
You were right. They listened to me. Just me.
Of course they did. You're you.
No, nobody listened to her. Did you see anybody congratulating her? Nobody listened to her. What they are talking about? No, no.
You don't know how much this means to me, Max.
I'm just happy to share this moment with you.
How bad,
Okay.
bad people.
Enough.
Bad people.
Let's celebrate.
Hey,
Nasty people.
we need to talk. Alone. And before you say, fuck off, you'll want to hear this.
Relax. I'm the one packing, remember? I'll be fine. Wait for me?
I'll be over with Moses when you're ready. Lucas and Sophie? That can't be good. Oh, I should let other Moses know how it went.
Okay, so I will stop the game because it's quite big right now and I have to edit. So, hope you enjoyed the video and hope you learned something from me, from this one. So, it's not what I wanna do. That's completely bad and unjustified. That was completely horrendous, audacious movement from all sides. I will put this as a title, everybody is evil in this party. This is how I will put it, everybody is evil in this party. You don't treat people like that, no, even if you are correct, even if you aren't a nasty person and you have correct stuff to say. As I said, I didn't write I didn't make a post and say, you have done this, and no, never, will never do that, never. I'm not self-justified to try destroy a person like that just because I know something that can destroy them. That the fact that I have power, pride comes before the fall. If I decide to snap, I'm trying to be very specific with you. I have a lot of spiritual knowledge. I have more spiritual knowledge than many people around me. And you have seen, I probably have the most in this planet. Okay? Because you know who is my best friend, right? If I decide in this stage that I am to snap, holy fuck. Do you remember when Gandalf said, I can't take the one ring because through me it will take out of it a lot of power? That's what I'm trying to say. If I decide to snap and side with the devil, holy fuck, because I know both sides. And that will be bad for the people. I'm not saying, like, if you mean what, Helgar, you're gonna overthrow kingdoms, I'm not meaning that. I mean, you can destroy people. You can destroy individually its people. When you have power, you can. This is the way Lucifer was fallen. His pride made his fall. Before pride comes the fall. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here, for you, where the fuck is my controller? Okay, what I'm trying to say for you here is that before the pride comes the fall. If I become proud enough, vain enough, and start destroying people like that, I will fall. My dad won't be happy with me. When you have more knowledge than other people, you are expected to show wisdom and tolerance and mercy. The more the knowledge, the less vain you have to be. The more humble, the more the knowledge. This is how it goes. If you are wise and you have the absolute wisdom, like me, you have to be married with the ground. with the underground if you can, with the earth's mantle if you can. You have to be that humble, because if you are not, and if you snap, you can destroy people because you are vain and you think you are God. Because if you snap, that means you start believing you are a God, you are a deity and you can do anything. And this is what they did here. And if I snapped and I said I want to destroy you for what I know, you are cooked. Because you are a lamb, you don't know anything about spirituality. I am a wolf and I will eat you and nothing will be left behind. Is this right though? Does this feel nice? Does this feel good? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not my father's will. It's not how my dad operates. My dad is the absolute most powerful force in the universe because he's the creator, okay? But he didn't choose to be this type of deity. He chose to be a merciful deity, and a deity that gave up his crown and ascended to the deepest parts of the earth. That's what I mean when I say you have to marry the ground. What did God do? He went in the deepest parts of the earth for us. He went even lower than the angels and people just to save his creation. And this is the way of my Father who is the creator. When my Father does that, do you think I would do something that he wouldn't do when he is God and he has absolutely every reason to be showing off his power? He doesn't, and he is always humble and how's that called? Not proud, humble in his heart and peaceful, and he doesn't boast, he doesn't gloat, he just has childish love for everybody. That's how it works. And if you don't work like that, you are a nasty person. Don't fool yourself that you are a good person. If you wanna be wise, if you wanna have wisdom, you have to be like my dad. Love people. That's his gospel truth. The other knowledge, lucid dreams, numerology, philosophy, anything else that I know, it's bullshit. Nothing of this works with my dad. My dad speaks only one language. That language is love. Only this is what he knows and what he practices. And Apostle Paul said, if you know everything, but you have no love inside of you, you are absolutely nothing. Nothing. So you can't say you are a nice person when all you care is about spirituality and go deeper and know best things and bigger, and you have wisdom and you speak with angels and you speak with demons and you understand numerology, you speak with deities and all that type of crap. But in the end of the day, somebody knocks your door and asks for a bottle of water and you say, go away, I don't have. And you don't even give them a glass of water from your tap, from your sink. If you don't do that, don't fool yourself. You are wise. You are not. You're a craphead. That's what you are. You are a craphead. You are a wonker. You are an absolute bastard. You are not a wise person. That's not wisdom. Wisdom comes when you love people. So that's the end of the lesson today, and I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you understand where I'm coming from and why I act like that and I'm not acting otherwise like the crapheads at the universities. So hope you enjoyed it. I will see you tomorrow. Love you and I hope you contact me. Bye.